Designer bags are basically social ranking systems with shoulder straps. Some people buy them because they love craftsmanship. Some buy them because they saw a TikTok girl boss montage at 2 a.m. And some people buy them because they want strangers at brunch to fear them. So today, we're going from my first luxury bag all the way to this woman probably owns oil fields. Level 1, the entry flex. We're starting with stuff like the Michael Kors Jet Set Tote, Coach Tabby, Kate Spade shoulder bags, and occasionally a discounted Tory Burch. Price range? Usually like $150 to $500. This is the I want luxury, but I also want groceries this month category. And look, there's nothing wrong with it. These brands are carrying the entire starter luxury economy on their backs. The owners here are usually college students, first job salary people, girls celebrating their first bonus, or dudes panic buying anniversary gifts in malls. This level is all about logos. The bigger the logo, the stronger the emotional support. Because at this stage, the bag isn't just a bag. It's proof. Proof you escaped the random no-name Amazon tote phase. Enthusiasts roast this level because it's mass luxury, meaning the bag isn't rare at all. You'll see the same tote at airports, cafes, office elevators, and probably hanging on your cousin's chair right now. But honestly, some of these are insanely practical. This level is basically, I have entered the luxury chat. Level 2, the aspirational Instagram era. Now we enter the kingdom of Marc Jacobs tote bag, Polène numéro 1, Jacquemus le Chiquito, Longchamp le Pliage, and the entire Scandinavian minimalist girl starter pack. Prices jump to around $300 to $1,200. This is where aesthetics become a religion. Nobody here says, I bought a bag. They say, it just fits my vibe. Half these bags are chosen because they photograph well next to matcha. And listen, the Jacquemus le Chiquito is one of the funniest luxury products ever created. That thing cannot hold oxygen. You can fit one AirPod, a breath mint, and emotional instability. That's it. But culturally, massive, because this level is driven entirely by social media signaling. Owners are usually fashion TikTok people, Pinterest core girls, minimalists with expensive skincare, or guys trying to look quiet luxury while still needing Klarna payments. Level 3. The status staples. Now we're entering serious territory. This is Louis Vuitton Neverfull, Gucci Marmont, Prada Re-Edition 2005, Saint Laurent Lulu, Dior saddlebag. Prices? Usually $1,500 to $4,000. This is mainstream luxury dominance. These bags are cultural icons now. The LV Neverfull especially is basically the Toyota Camry of luxury bags. Reliable, everywhere, somehow immortal. You can spot one from orbit. And the owners? Corporate girls, fashion-conscious moms, influencers, people who want luxury that's universally understood. Because everybody recognizes LV monogram. That's power. Now enthusiasts start becoming snobs here. Because this is where they complain, it's too common. Luxury people hate nothing more than seeing normal people enjoy the thing they like. The Gucci Marmont had an insane run in the late 2010s. For like 3 years, every influencer owned one. Then, fashion people collectively decided it was over. Luxury trends are honestly just synchronized bullying. Meanwhile, Prada made nylon cool again somehow. Imagine telling someone in 1997, yeah, this little nylon bag cost $2,000, they would have called the police. Level 4. The I know fashion tier. Now we're getting into brands fashion people actually respect. Quiet luxury before TikTok ruined the phrase. Stuff like Bottega Veneta Andiamo, Celine Triomphe, Loewe puzzle bag, the Roe Margot. This is the if you know level. No giant logos, no screaming, just immaculate leather, absurd pricing, and terrifyingly well-dressed owners, especially the Roe. The Roe sells bags that look like they contain old money and divorce settlements. Craftsmanship here is genuinely impressive. The Bottega woven leather technique alone is iconic. If you actually care about design and quality over hype, this is arguably the sweet spot. Because once you go higher, logic completely leaves the chat. Level 5. The hyper-luxury monsters. Welcome to Chanel Classic Flap, Hermès Kelly, Goyard, St. Louis Tote. We are now entering psychological warfare pricing. A Chanel Classic Flap used to be around $5,000 years ago. Now, you're staring at like $10,000 plus. For a bag. Chanel increases prices like they're training for the Olympics. And somehow people still line up. Now, Hermès is different. Hermès doesn't sell bags. Hermès sells humiliation with leather stitching. Because you usually can't just walk in and buy a Birkin or Kelly. No, no, no. First, you build a relationship with the store, which is luxury language for, please buy random scarves and plates for 6 months. It's basically an RPG side quest. But culturally, nothing touches Hermès. People literally treat them like assets now. Meanwhile, Goyard is for people who think LV is too mainstream. Goyard owners protected that tote like a national treasure. Level 6, the collector insanity. This level is rare exotic leather Birkins, limited run Chanel pieces, custom Dior trunks. This is where bags stop being accessories and become artifacts. We're talking crocodile leather, diamond hardware, hand-painted commissions, auction-only pieces. Prices explode into $30,000, $80,000, sometimes over $200,000. At this point, the owner isn't rich. They're operating in a completely different economic dimension. These people don't ask, how much is it? They ask, how many were made? Huge difference. And this level attracts the most terrifying collectors imaginable. They know production years, stitching variations, hardware changes, artisan history. These people can identify fake bags from across the street like Terminators. Scarcity becomes everything here, not practicality. Nobody cares if the bag fits a phone anymore. The bag is the personality. Level 7, the God-tier flex. This is the absolute summit. Museum piece disguised as handbag. Diamond Himalaya Birkins. Custom one-of-one Hermès pieces. Bags sold at Sotheby's auctions. Some of these have sold for over $500,000. $500,000 to carry lip gloss. Unbelievable. At this level, the bag transcends fashion entirely. Owners here are people whose garages probably contain rare Paganis for fun. And irony? Most normal people wouldn't even recognize these bags. A flashy LV gets more public attention, but true ultra-luxury eventually becomes invisible. That's the final evolution. Not loud wealth. Silent domination. The type where the zipper alone costs more than your rent. Designer bags are honestly one of the weirdest luxury categories ever, because sometimes you're paying for craftsmanship, sometimes you're paying for history, and sometimes you're paying because another rich person might notice you for 3 seconds at a restaurant. From first-paycheck Coach bags, all the way to auction-level Hermès insanity, every level says something about the owner, usually something financially irresponsible. Subscribe if you want more 7 levels videos before fashion people cancel me for comparing the Neverfull to a Toyota Camry.